No boundaries, no limitations.
It is now 6:30 and time for the news.
Good morning. Welcome to our platform, nrpmediaja.com, also Facebook and YouTube at nrpmediaja. It's Wednesday, November 22, 2023. I am Leon Nash with the NRP Break of Day News. Here are the headlines. Fares going down on JUTC buses as of January 1. Transport Minister says parents must not allow school children to use bikes to get to school. Each member of parliament to be allotted $22 million for road works and cleanup in their constituencies. Economy grew nearly 2% last quarter compared to last year. And in sport, the semi-finalists in the Champions Cup among schoolboy footballers are now known. The news today is brought to you courtesy of Siritsu Communications, connecting homes, connecting lives, connecting multiple platforms through convergence. Check them today by calling 876-333-1926 or 876-333-1927. Siritsu Communications, we are here to serve you better.
Discover the power of seamless connection with Siritsu Communications, your go-to wireless internet provider. Right here in your backyard, our expert team delivers state-of-the-art internet service promptly and professionally. Choose from our comprehensive packages: AirSpeed, Home, Advanced, or Custom, all designed for the data-driven user. Ready for lightning-fast internet? Call us at 876-333-1926 or 876-333-1927 and be online within hours. Siritsu Communications, where we're not just connecting homes, we're building communities through technology.
And now the news. Fares on the government-run buses are to go down next year. Passengers using the JUTC buses will see reduced fares starting January 1. The fares will go down further on April 1. Minister of Finance Dr. Nigel Clark made the announcement in Parliament Tuesday afternoon. As of January 1, regular fares will go down from $100 to $70. Children's fare will go down to $25 from $30. Pensioners' fares will be $30 down from $40. Further decreases will take place as of April 1.
Further, Madam Speaker, effective April 1st of 2024, a further reduction in the regular fare from $70 to $50, and in the fare for children from $25 to $20, and the fare for pensioners from $40 to $30. Madam Speaker, we anticipate that these temporary measures will have a mitigating effect on the impact of the private bus and taxi fare increases on the community and public.
Minister of Finance, Dr. Nigel Clark. The minister said the reduction in the JUTC bus fares would help hold down inflation. He also said that inflation was at 5.1% in October. However, he said fare increases recently granted were not factored into the October inflation and would come out in November's figures, pushing inflation. And in response to the bus fare reductions, the opposition said the measure would have very little effect on the traveling public. Opposition spokesman on finance, Julian Robinson, said the JUTC was down to 40% of its capacity and people were forced to use the private buses and taxis as a result. Hence, he said many would not benefit from the reduced prices.
The capacity of the JUTC right now is about 40% of what it should be. The majority of the traveling public is forced to take the private passenger vehicles. Many wait 2-3 hours for a bus, and because they have to get to work or school, they are forced to take a private passenger vehicle. The 300 buses are a bit late in the game.
Opposition spokesman on finance, Julian Robinson. Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced Tuesday that members of Parliament would receive $22 million to be spent in their constituencies between now and Christmas. The Prime Minister said this was a constituency-based mitigation and cleanup program. He said the priority should be reopening of blocked roads, patching, and minor civil works structures, such as retaining walls.
The program will allocate $22 million for each constituency to undertake minor civil works and public sanitation, which becomes necessary at the end of the hurricane season in November and coincident with the Christmas period in December. The program will implement targeted interventions with the following key priority rankings: the reopening of blocked roads, cleaning of critical drains, patching of main thoroughfares, construction of new structures such as retaining walls.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness. In addition, he says a sum of more than $300 million overall will be available for assistance with housing. This is news on NRP Radio. Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport Daryl Vaz is expressing sadness at the untimely deaths of two students who were killed in a fiery motorcycle crash in Petersfield, Westmoreland, Tuesday morning. Dead are 15-year-old Zakiel McIntyre and 14-year-old Ajorni Robinson. The boys were on their way to school when the motorcycle on which they were traveling crashed into a car. The two vehicles burst into flames. Mr. Vance said the situation brings into focus the practice of underage persons operating motor vehicles and cycles on public thoroughfares. Both boys were below the age where it is legal to get a license to operate a motor vehicle. Mr. Vance said he was appealing to parents not to give their children these vehicles to take themselves to school. The administration at Petersfield High School said it discouraged the use of motorcycles by students, and these boys were warned about using the motorcycle to take them to school. Finally, in this segment of the Break of Day news for today, the Jamaican economy grew by just under 2% during the July to September 2023 quarter, compared with the corresponding period last year. Gafar Ellis picks up that story.
According to the data released by the Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ, the economy grew by an estimated 1.9% in the quarter ending September, compared to the same period a year earlier. Director General of the PIOJ, Dr. Wayne Henry, said that the outturn of the review quarter largely reflected higher levels of employment and increased capacity utilization in the mining and quarrying industry. Continued growth momentum in the tourism sector also contributed. Dr. Henry was speaking during the PIOJ quarterly briefing on Tuesday, November 21st. He said the goods producing industry grew by an estimated 2.3%, driven by improved performances in two of the four industries, mining and quarrying and manufacturing. Real value added for the mining and quarrying industry increased by an estimated 102% due to high alumina production that outweighed a contraction in crude bauxite output. Dr. Henry said that the real value added for the hotel and restaurant industry grew by 8% during the quarter. Stopover visitor arrival for the quarter increased by 5.5% to more than 682,586 visitors. At the same time, there was a decline of 20% in crude passenger arrival relative to the corresponding 2022 quarter. Growth in the manufacturing industry was estimated to be 3.2%. I am Gafar Ellis reporting for NRP News.
Thank you, Gafar. You're listening to news on NRP Radio, your primary Christian source for news, sports, and the weather on nrpmediaja.com, reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations. This information package is brought to you by Sirotsi Communications, connecting homes, connecting lives, connecting multiple platforms through convergence. Check them today by calling 876-333-1926 or 876-333-1927. Sirotsi Communications, we are here to serve you better.
Discover the power of seamless connection with Sirotsi Communications, your go-to wireless internet provider. Right here in your backyard, our expert team delivers state-of-the-art internet service promptly and professionally. Choose from our comprehensive packages: AirSpeed, Home, Advanced, or Custom, all designed for the data-driven user. Ready for lightning-fast internet? Call us at 876-333-1926 or 876-333-1927 and be online within hours. Sirotsi Communications, where we're not just connecting homes, we're building communities through technology.
And now let's give you some sporting information brought to you by Hepburn's Glass, located at 13 Chisholm Avenue in Kingston.
Hepburn's Glass Supplies is the latest trend-setting supplier of glass and mirrors in the industry. We specialize in tinted and clear glasses, as well as mirrors for all your windows, doors, and closets at very competitive prices. To maximize your shopping experience, we stock 316 and 1/8 mirror thickness and 316 and quarter thickness in our entire stock of float glasses. We have in stock gloves, cutters, and suction cups at unbeatable prices. Our customer service is second to none, with same-day cutting for your specific measurements. Visit our office at 13 Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 13. Call us at 9080962 or email hepburn.glass@gmail.com. Hepburn's Glass, quality service is our priority.
And now for our sports stories. We kick off on football news. The Reggae Boys defeated Canada 3-2 in the crucial return leg of the CONCACAF Nations League last evening, giving them something to celebrate after their earlier 2-1 loss to the team at the office on Saturday. This latest win gives the Reggae Boys a lease on life as they advance to the next level of the Copa America and the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Following the win at the BMO Stadium in Ontario, Canada last night, Reggae Boys coach Hemir Hallgrimsson praised the boys for the effort and declared that the win was in more ways than one a positive for Jamaica's football efforts.
It of course changes a lot of things for 2024 for Jamaica. Playing semi-final in the Nations League, playing Copa America finals is of course huge, not only for building of this financially for the federation. So of course we are all delighted, and especially delighted for the players because they have been fantastic.
That was Reggae Boys coach Hemir Hallgrimsson. This was Jamaica's first win ever over Canada in Canada, the country's third ever victory over a North American team on North American soil. It was also Jamaica's first ever qualification to the semifinals of the CONCACAF Nations League, Jamaica's third qualification for the Copa America, and the other times were 2015 and 2016. It was Jamaica's first time scoring 3 goals against a North American team on North American soil, and the first time since the Gold Cup that Jamaica have scored 3 goals in the second half of a game. And still on football, the semi-finalists in the Champions Cup among schoolboy footballers are now known. College, Kingston College, Hydel High, and Glenmuir High. The 4 going forward were decided out of Tuesday's quarterfinals. Kingston College beat Dintil Technical 3-2. Hydel High put 4 past Garvey Masio, who replied with 2. Glenmuir beat Mona High 1-0, and Clarendon College beat St. George's College 3-1. Up next are the quarterfinals in the Ben Francis Cup on Thursday. Finally, on FIFA World Cup, Ghana and South Africa suffered shock defeats in qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, while Cameroon and Senegal were forced to settle for draws away from home. Ghana were beaten 1-0 by the Comoros in their Group 1 contest in Moroni. Meanwhile, Rwanda pulled off a shock 2-0 win at home against South Africa to move to the top of Group C ahead of Bafana and Nigeria. Senegal were held to a goalless draw by Togo. Libya fought back to draw 1-1 with Cameroon in front of a fervent crowd in Benghazi. In Morocco's first World Cup-related match since the 2022 finals, where the team became the first African side to reach the last 4, the Atlas Lions won 2-0 in Tanzania. Elsewhere on Tuesday, there were wins for Tunisia, Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, Uganda, and Namibia, while Zambia suffered an unexpected defeat in Niger. Africa will have a guaranteed 9 teams at the expanded 2026 finals in Canada, Mexico, and the United States, with the chance of a 10th team to qualify via intercontinental playoffs. That's sport. In our NRP Break of Day newscast, brought to you by Hepburn's Glass, located at 13 Chisholm Avenue in Kingston.
Hepburn's Glass Supplies is the latest trend-setting supplier of glass and mirrors in the industry. We specialize in tinted and clear glasses, as well as mirrors for all your windows, doors, and closets at very competitive prices. To maximize your shopping experience, we stock 316 and 1/8 mirror thickness and 316 and quarter thickness in our entire stock of float glasses. We have in stock gloves, cutters, and suction cups at unbeatable prices. Our customer service is second to none, with same-day cutting for your specific measurements. Visit our office at 13 Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 13. Call us at 9080962. Email hepburns@gmail.com. Hepburn's Glass. Quality service is our priority.
Listeners, we promise to bring you a good news story as often as we can. If you know of or are aware of any event or person whose good story we should highlight, please send this information email address at nationalreligiousmediaja@gmail.com or call 876-336-9928. That's the local news and sport. Stand by now for the latest international news, courtesy of the Voice of America.
This is VOA News. I'm Tommy McNeil. Israel's cabinet approved a ceasefire agreement with Hamas.
The Israeli government says over the 4-day truce, Hamas is to free at least 50 of the roughly 240 hostages taken during the October 7 attack, the first to be women and children. A senior White House official, speaking on condition of anonymity, tells AP they're expected to be released about 24 hours after the ceasefire deal is approved by all parties. Qatar, which mediates with Hamas, says the deal includes the release of Palestinian women and children detained in Israeli prisons, and that it will allow additional humanitarian aid into Gaza. The Israeli statement made no mention of either, but said the truce would be extended an extra day for every additional 10 hostages released by Hamas. I'm Ben Thomas.
North Korea said it successfully placed its first spy satellite into orbit late Tuesday and vowed to launch several more in a short span of time. Such satellites could give the North an unprecedented ability to monitor the U.S. and South Korean militaries, as VOA Bill Gallo reported.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un oversaw the Tuesday launch. State media says the spy satellite successfully reached orbit. Kim wants an array of spy satellites to monitor U.S. and allied troops in the region. But that will depend on the number and quality of images those satellites can produce. Earlier this year, South Korea's military recovered parts of a North Korean satellite that crashed into the sea. It said the device had no military utility. Though the Tuesday launch was expected, it prompted alerts and even brief evacuation warnings in southern Japan. Prime Minister Fumio Kishida condemned the move. Bill Gallo, VOA News, Seoul, South Korea.
Authorities in the Republic of Congo say 31 people are dead following a stampede at a military stadium where young people waited hours to register at a recruitment event. This is VOA News.
And that was the latest international news from the VOA. Now, for our weather report and forecast. The National Met Service is reporting that there is a significant feature of a ridge across Jamaica. Fair weather conditions are expected across the island for the next few days. In our 24-hour forecast this morning, mainly sunny. This afternoon, partly cloudy. In the 3-day forecast after today, Thursday and Friday over to Saturday, Sunny in the morning for Thursday and Friday, and also partly cloudy in the afternoon. On Saturday, partly cloudy with isolated showers across sections of southern and northeastern parishes and hilly areas in the afternoon. In terms of other current regional weather features, there's a high pressure building across Hispaniola. A small area of low pressure across the south central Caribbean Sea has a low chance of tropical cyclone development over the next 2 days. That is the latest weather report and forecast in the Break of Day newscast. And with that, we've come to the end of our news presentation this morning. But before we go, here are the headlines once again. Fares going down on JUTC buses as of January 1. Transport Minister says parents must not allow school children to use bikes to get to school. Each member of parliament to be allotted $22 million for roadworks and cleanup in their constituencies. Economy grew nearly 2% last quarter compared to last year. And in sport, the semi-finalists in the Champions Cup among schoolboy footballers are now known. The full package of news today came to you courtesy of Sirotsi Communications, connecting homes, connecting lives, connecting multiple platforms through convergence. Check them today by calling 876-333-1926 or 876-333-1927. Sirotsi Communications, we are here to serve you better.
Discover the power of seamless connection with Suritsu Communications, your go-to wireless internet provider. Right here in your back, our expert team delivers state-of-the-art internet service promptly and professionally. Choose from our comprehensive packages: AirSpeed, Home, Advanced, or Custom, all designed for the data-driven user. Ready for lightning fast internet? Call us at 876-333-1926 or 876-333-1927 and be online within hours. Suritsu Communications, where we're not just connecting homes, we're building communities through technology.
And listeners, here is your invitation to join us again this evening at 6:30 for the NRP Evening News Roundup with Luan Bramwell Shakes. Remember too, we invite your feedback to this newscast via WhatsApp at 876-336-9928 or on any of the platforms that you are listening. We invite you also to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NRP Media JA and click on the notification bell. The same applies to our Facebook pages at NRP Media JA and under the name LEAON Nash. Our radio platform at nrpmediaja.com is always operating 24/7, 365 days per year for your listening pleasure. Join this growing medium, feel fulfilled and informed. I am Leon Nash for NRP News. Have for yourselves a good rest of the morning.
You will make a way.